Tonight I'm going to sing one of my favorite songs that has helped me through some hard times. So I believe that there is a higher power, God, universe, whatever you want to call it. I think that religion separates us, but that we are all united under the same fabric and the same DNA. So I'm going to sing the song Take Courage by Christine DeMarco. It's one of my favorite songs. I love it so much. And I hope that you enjoy it. I'm going to use the word God instead of he because I don't think that God has a male gender, but I want people to know that. I'm not here to proselytize or anything like that. I'm a really liberal person, but I do believe that in my hard times, I do, speak to God, and I believe that there is something. So I'm going to sing this song. I hope that you enjoy it. I'm just going to sing it a cappella because that's the best way for me to do it. All right, here we go. Slow down, take time, breathe in, God send, God reveal what's to come. The thoughts in God's mind, always higher than mine, God reveal all to come. So take courage, my heart, stay steadfast, my soul. God's in the waiting. God's in the waiting. And hold on to your hope as your triumph unfolds. God's never failing. God's never failing. Sing praise, my soul, find strength in joy. Let God's words lead you on. Do not forget the great faithfulness. God will finish all that's begun. So take courage, my heart. Stay steadfast, my soul. God's in the waiting. God's in the waiting. And hold on to your hope as your triumph unfolds. God's never failing. God's never failing. And you hold the stars, who call them each by name, will surely keep your promise to me that I will rise in your victory. And you hold the stars. Forgot I had a tambourine. Who call them each by name, will surely keep your promise to me that I will rise in your victory. So take courage, my heart, stay steadfast, your soul is in the waiting. It's in the waiting. And hold on to your hope as your triumph unfolds. God's never failing. God's never failing. Be encouraged whenever times are really hard. I'm not the best tambourine player. I'm learning how to play it. But in hard times, know that there's always something better. There are two ways I think about God. Yes, as a creator, but also as the law of life, where that things always get better if humans make decisions to make life better, that there is an eternal love source and force that calls us to abundance. And so take courage and take hold of that, like really take hold of love, abundance, having a good life, getting rid of things that are bad, knowing that there's going to be a better time ahead of you. Take courage, like it takes courage to change your life. It takes courage to get rid of hard people. It takes courage to be on the other side when you've been in suffering all of your life. Like it takes a lot of courage, but you can do it. You really can do it. And that's where God and the laws of the universe, the laws of love, what's been put in place of us having a good life, abundance, by what I believe as God or whatever you believe in the higher power, know that that is what is always going to be there. If you make a decision to choose joy and love, and if you choose to have a good family and be around good people and choose to be a good person, your life will get better. There are always going to be hardships. There are always going to be shitty times. There are always going to be hard times. But you have to take courage in those hard times, knowing that there is something better, knowing that, like, okay, the world is not a bad place. The world has been made into a bad place by humanity. But take courage. I'm going to be courageous and choose to be a happy, joyful person and choose to know that there's a better time. Like, this is the point of life. This is the way of life, is making sure that you make the most of every day, even though it's really hard and it can be really terrible. I sing, I dance, I have a simple job. I nanny. I'm a social worker. I want to become a psychotherapist, but I have made decisions to change my life. I take medication to take care of myself. You have to take care of yourself. All these things take courage. Really, really grab life by the horns and take courage and fulfill all your dreams. People need you and you need yourself. If we were all working at our best and highest self, without oppression, without racism, discrimination, the world would be so beautiful. Without ecological devastation, when we address climate change, the world would be so beautiful. Earth is a beautiful place that gives us everything that we need. And whether you believe in that there's a higher power or whatever, that's not even my goal to help people to believe that. My goal is to help people to know that we are all connected. And that is what I believe actually all religions are supposed to do, just to help us to know that we're connected. So really and truly take courage in the fact that life is beautiful, that life is really hard and can be really freaking bad and terrible sometimes, but that it can be really great if you have the courage to really, in the midst of all the darkness that we have, it's wintertime in Chicago, the sun is always going to shine after that. Take courage and know that, okay, I'm going to be the person at the end of the tunnel that's going to see the light. I will be that person. So it's hard, this life, but make the most of it and encourage yourself. Hold on to your hope. Your triumph is going to unfold. God is never failing. Like, God, the laws of the universe, whatever you want to call it, is never failing, but you have to wait it out sometimes. So take courage, people. I believe life gets better. Even when I'm sad and I make posts about me being sad and depressed, I've always gotten out of that. And one thing we can never control. We will never be able to control what happens in this life, but we can always control how we react if you have the courage to react well. So have a good one. God bless. Love you all so much. I really and truly just want to pour love on people, and give you a big hug. And that's my goal in life. So enjoy. Bye. Take courage.